Hi, I'm Rosie, and today I want to tell you a story that greatly influenced my idea of female friendship. Tell me, do you believe in true friendship? Leave your comments down below, and I'll be glad to read them. The beginning of the school year went on as usual. They gave us textbooks, new updated classrooms, and a million conversations about who and how spent their summer holidays. Some of the classmates were transferred to another school, some radically changed their appearance, and some people even started TikTok accounts and filmed videos every single day. Shortly speaking, life at school was interesting even without the classes. One fine Monday morning, our teacher announced the arrival of a new student. She asked us to give her a warm welcome and show the school. The boys immediately began to whisper, wondering what kind of girl would come in. Their conversations were interrupted by a knock on the door, and a beautiful girl with curls on her head appeared in front of the class. She seemed very sweet, and from the very first moment, I realized that she was a kind and good person. She nodded to everyone and looked embarrassed, standing in front of the whole class while the teacher introduced her to us. Her name was Emma, and she came to our city from Texas. And then she was seated next to Kevin, the main jokester and prankster of the class. He looked at Emma smiling and began to shower her with questions, to which the girl shyly averted her eyes and listened to the teacher. After the class, the guys approached the new student to get to know her. We surrounded her and began to introduce ourselves, and the girl just smiled, and we could not understand why she was silent and did not answer us. Suddenly, Emma got up and began gesturing to show something, and then we realized that Emma could not speak. She took a piece of paper and wrote that she was very pleased to meet us all. She hears us but cannot speak. We all sighed sadly. Everyone went back to the classrooms, and I had a sense of emptiness in my soul. I did not know why, but I really wanted to be friends with Emma. And how would I do that? Came home and had a conversation with my mom at lunch. I said that she was all alone and she had no one to talk to at school. Mom said that there are sign language classes and that there is a lot of information online. I was now interested in this. I had not heard anything about such things before. Going up to my bedroom, I started looking for everything related to sign language. After a long search, I found one online school that promised excellent results in a short time. Without telling anyone, I paid for the course and dived into a new and unknown world of sign language. Every day at school, we greeted Emma, but that was all. I saw her notebooks with the famous group BTS and realized that she, like me, loved K-pop. One time, I sat down with Emma on the break and showed with a gesture if she wanted to be friends. Emma smiled happily and asked how I knew her language. I smiled and tried to explain that I was studying it and it would be nice if Emma could help me. She happily nodded and wrote down her phone number, indicating that this would make it so much easier for us to talk. Then we talked by texting. As it turns out, Emma and I had a lot in common. We loved the same music genres, watched the same movies, and were both K-pop fans. I was glad that we became friends, and I was happy that Emma had someone to talk to at school who understood her. My knowledge of sign language was getting better. And now, during breaks, Emma and I spoke fluently using sign language, not paying attention to the classmates giving us the side-eye. I told my new friend about my hobby of painting. This was what I found my happiness and peace in, and I thought the drawings were good as well. But I was very critical of my work, and I was not ready to present it to the public. One day, while we were doing homework at our house, I gathered up my courage and showed Emma my 10 favorite paintings. She said that my works were amazing. Emma looked at them from all sides, touched the canvases, and it was clear that she was very interested in my work. She asked why I did not exhibit them in the gallery, which I dismissed and said that I did not need it. I was scared that many people would see them and start criticizing me, say what I did wrong, and I just did not want to hear any feedback. I was too sensitive and convinced that I would cry if someone said that the painting was not good enough. Emma shrugged and said that she always dreamed of learning to draw, but unfortunately she had no talent in that field. While we were doing the homework, I offered Emma a snack. She nodded approvingly, and I went to the kitchen to make sandwiches. Pouring orange juice and putting the food on the tray, I went upstairs and found Emma photographing my paintings. I could not hide my surprise and asked what she was doing. Emma blushed, fiddled with her dress, and could not answer me. I did not pressure her, and we had a lunch break, but Emma's strange behavior seemed very suspicious to me. Why did she need photos of my paintings? And why did she act so strange when I entered the room? Several days passed and I had already forgotten about that incident until my classmate Lucy came up to me. She said that Emma Winston, yes, our new student, approached her dad's gallery and offered him the paintings to display and sell. Lucy saw that she saw photos of her work and was amazed at how talented Emma was and what beautiful drawings she did. To say that I was shocked is to say nothing. An eerie feeling came up in my chest, and that feeling was of terrible disappointment. I could not believe that Emma, my good friend, for whom I tried so hard, was passing my work off as hers behind my back and wanted to sell my paintings. I did not say anything to Lucy and pretended to be glad for Emma. But inside, I was ready to go to her right then and find out what was happening, but I decided to act differently. I decided to catch Emma red-handed. Emma was strangely too nice to me. I had such pain in my soul. I could not believe her betrayal. My paintings were in the corner of my bedroom, hidden from the sight behind big flowers and plants, and I wondered how Emma wanted to take them unnoticed. One Saturday morning, I slept in till late because I hadn't been getting enough sleep. Opening my eyes, I stretched, looked at the clock that was on the wall. The time was 11 a.m. It was time to get up. My gaze moved slowly to the flowers. Wait, where are my paintings? I jumped off abruptly, not believing my eyes. They were not there. Emma stole them. But how? I was in the room the whole time. How did she sneak in? How did she enter the house? I hastily dressed and ran out of the bedroom. At the front door, my mom asked why I was in such a hurry, and without answering her, I quickly ran out into the street. Oh, the audacity to steal the paintings from under my nose! I caught a taxi and headed to the gallery. I would take all my works and I did not care what people would think. Having approached the gallery, I got out of the taxi and froze. At the very entrance was a large sign, Exhibition of Works by the young artist Rosie Jones. I did not understand what was going on. There were balloons all around, beautiful flowers at the entrance, and photos of my work. Going inside, I could not believe it. My paintings were on rack, some hung on the wall, and there were only my works around. The gallery was full of people and they looked at the paintings with admiration. I could not believe it. Then Emma came up to me and happily hugged me. She said that I came a little earlier than planned because my mom actually had to stop me. She said that she was asking me to forgive her for organizing all this without my knowledge. But she sincerely wanted to show my talent to the world, and my mom gladly agreed to help her. So that's who took the paintings. I burst into tears. I was so ashamed in front of my friend that I doubted her friendship. And I also cried with joy, because everything that was happening was my greatest dream, and I would never have dared to show my works like that. We waited for my parents, classmates, and then celebrated the show. On that day, several of my paintings were sold, and people booked me for new drawings and praised me for my work and said that they would wait for more shows. At the end of the day, I was so thankful to Emma. As a gift, I gave her one of my paintings. We hugged each other tightly, and I realized, here it is, a real friendship. Give this a like and subscribe to our channel to see other interesting stories.